Hi there, I'm Tracy from www.happytobeahomemaker.com. On YouTube, there is a Homemaker Tag that was begun by Glitter and Groceries, and she tagged some people, and it's been a while since that went around, but when I searched for Homemaker on YouTube, this is what I found, so I thought I'd jump in the fun, and maybe we can get it started again and spread some love. So I'm going to answer the questions that she came up with.
Growing up, did you want to become a homemaker? If not, what did you see yourself doing?
I did want to be a homemaker. That's all I really wanted to do. I also wanted to be a teacher, and I did go to college and graduate school, and then I taught for several years before I had children. But once I got married, my heart was really at home, and I have been blessed to be at home since. I've worked some part-time jobs and stuff, but for the most part, I've been at home since I became a mom, and that's been almost 19 years now.
What did your husband think about you wanting to be a homemaker?
We did talk about it, and it was something that my to-be husband at the time and I very much agreed on. We knew that there would be some sacrifices, but it was important to both of us for somebody to be home with the children. And even when there aren't children, I think it's important for somebody to be there to take care of the house and to do things that when two people are working, there's just not a lot of time to do those things. So it was a priority for both of us. Then when my first husband passed away, I had little children. And when I remarried, before I remarried, again, that was something that we talked about in great detail and discussed, and we were definitely both on board with that plan.
Why do you think homemaking is so important?
Because the home is the first institution. God established the family and their home before He even established a church. And it's huge. It's where everybody gets their start. And I had worked in daycare for years before and had seen moms bring their babies when they were 6 weeks old and just sort of hand them off to me. They couldn't wait to get rid of them and go to their work, and I was there for that baby's firsts and that sort of thing, and I just couldn't stand the thought of somebody else being there for my kids' firsts and me missing it. So it was a big deal to me. It's also a biblical role for women. I mean, that's what the Bible tells us to do, is to be keepers at home. And I just don't think that there is a higher calling. As a Christian, it is my firm belief that that's where women need to be. And even if they have to work outside the home as well, they have to keep that as their focus. If something has to be sacrificed with time and energy, you still have to make sure things are done at home, even if it means something else has to suffer a little bit.
How do you think your family would function if you went back to work?
Well, as long as I've had children, I've never worked full time, so it wouldn't be back to work, it would be to work. But I think that at this point, my children are old enough and are very independent. We have drivers, and we have pretty much I am dispensable at this point. They can do everything I can do. So there's not a lot that we would have to sacrifice. It's just that it's my job and not theirs. So they would have to take on more responsibility. They have a lot of responsibility as it is. They help a lot, but it would just take on a different kind of tone, I think, in the family. It would be difficult, but because it would ease some financial burdens, it would also be a blessing. So I think that it would even out. I think we'd be okay.
What were some things that you had to sacrifice in order to stay home with your family?
I think that most everything that I sacrificed has been financial and material. I think that I gained way more than I sacrificed. I was there for every first. I've been there for every band concert and ballet recital and play and volleyball game or whatever. I haven't had to miss anything that my kids have done. I've always been able to be there to take up the slack for whatever Dad couldn't do because of his job. We've homeschooled, and that has been a huge plus. So the only thing that I feel like we've sacrificed was in losing an income and the material things that income could have bought for us. in the end, I think that we definitely did the right thing and came out on top, even with the sacrifices. But the sacrifices are definitely there, and finances have been tight forever because of our choices.
What advice can you give to women wanting to become homemakers?
I would say probably three major things. Number one, make sure that your husband is as committed to your being a homemaker as you are. Because if you are going to be at odds with him, that just makes it very, very difficult. And your marriage has to have a place of priority. Number two, learn how to do everything you can. Because the more you know how to do, the less you have to pay somebody else to do. And so, since most of the sacrifices for us have been financial, everything I can do to save us money has been a huge help. Whether it's crafting things to sell or cutting hair so that I don't have to pay somebody else to cut hair, hemming pants instead of having to take them somewhere else to have them hemmed, whatever. Every skill you can gain is an advantage for you. And thirdly, save every penny you can get your hands on, and find some unusual ways to make money so that you can try to fill in those financial gaps while you're home. There are things out there that you can do to work at home or work from home so that you don't have to suffer financially as much when you give up your entire income. So those would be my three things: is make sure your husband agrees, learn every skill that you can, and put away as much as you can financially for a rainy day, because rainy days are going to come. So the firmer your foundation is financially before you start, the better off you'll be in the long run. That all? Okay. Well, that was the last question. That was lots of fun. And I'll maybe look for some other homemakers that I can tag, so maybe they'll do this too. And we'll see you on YouTube and on my blog. Please check us out, www.happytobeahomemaker.com. We're on social media. We'd love to connect. See you next time. Bye-bye.